And welcome once again to Wolf Crows Season 2, the game where we play The Blades in Le Dark.
Dans le noir.
Le knife, butter, de butter, dans le noir. N'est-ce pas? We had a great...
Don't speak German.
We had a good session last week where we learned many things. So many things, in fact. I think it's time to bring back the reading of the scroll.
I was going to say it's a long scroll today.
I know. Just so we can pick up exactly where we left off, because we left off kind of in media res in the coffee shop with Grace and Timoth. So, who would like to start reading?
Yeah, go on.
No, go on, Lorenzo. Go on.
Do we do it? Oh, I won't try and do it in Lorenzo's accent because I'll
No,
end
you
up
have
with 4
to.
different
Good
accents
practice.
by the.
It's like the start of X-Men 97. Each character has to narrate it in their own
Get
voice.
warmed up.
Haven't
at the start of the session.
haven't channeled in. Haven't tapped in yet.
Shall I do it in Lorenzo's voice?
Oh my! What would that interpretation be though? I think that's the thing. It's your interpretation.
That's a good point. Yeah. I'd have to kind of do Luca Trangretta with some...
Some everything.
Just
bit of-
quickly go and watch 6
Please.
seasons of Sopranos and come back.
The crew hit on some dynamite reveals.
Or 6 seasons of fucking insert Chris
It's called
Walken.
Walking. An invitation.
Go watch
By the-
Batman Returns.
That's it.
An invitation by none other than Grace, a rival from Silas's past, on behalf of Timoth, their new patron, has brought another opportunity to take some power in the docks. You want to go on?
Right, that should be me.
Okay.
The Billcooks have been working with the North Huck Company to restrict the import of Sparkcraft technology. Timoth and the Sparkcraft Guild are not happy.
Meanwhile, in a twist of fate, Lorenzo learns the leader of the Lost, a Tier 1 gang, is none other than a secret Vincetti.
Nice. We are technically still in real time. Sorry, free
Yes.
time. Real time.
Boop.
Whatever in real time.
Boop. Boop. Yep, that was a 24 reference.
Where
Timoth's got a
exactly did we
face.
lose the bit in the coffee shop? We were
Well-
still talking, right? And we just sort of went, and we leave it there.
Now we came to some kind of...
Oh no, we sort of said, like, we'll have to discuss with the pals at home.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was agreed that you would help them sort
Yeah,
of stop this strangle hold on the Sparkcraft technology coming into
Yeah.
the docks. No suggestion on how, but you did learn that Grace is also undercover or works with the Bill Hooks as well, potentially giving you an angle there.
Yeah, my last note was just, we're all on board, just need to sort out the specifics. Which applies to most of our highs, to be honest. The specifics are usually the problem.
Just leadership specifics.
Just got to figure out the specifics.
Yeah.
Everyone else, we're all in.
Yeah. In the game that tries to get you to not think about the specifics. Don't
It's
do
been
it.
very hard to habit to kick. Well, Timoth, Grace, it's been a pleasure. Fantastic mushroom chai latte as always.
Yes, pleasure as always, Grace. And Silas just storms off, I think.
Saffron rolls off him.
Containing himself just about until he probably goes round into an alley and just starts screaming.
Jesus.
I was about to say I was very proud of you for handling that so well, but I might leave you to your screaming.
Perhaps he's not actually out there screaming, but I think he probably is going out and having a bit of a moment, because I think he's contained, like, he's not fucking psycho, but he's contained quite a lot of anger at the person who betrayed him so utterly in the name of future endeavors. and his new life.
Well, I'm proud of you, young man, for keeping it together so we could form this new alliance. It's certainly going to be beneficial to help them work on this.
Thank you, Saffron. I don't know if I would have been able to keep my cool and around Grace if you hadn't been there. You certainly can be a calming influence.
Thank you.
Surprisingly.
I also slipped some trance powder into your coffee as well. That probably helped.
The old
Take the edge
uppers
off.
and the downers, eh?
Oh, yes. Just a drop.
I like that all it did was just make Silas normal.
That's the thing. There's something else that does that. It's very funny. Can't remember. Lovely. Well, I suppose, yeah, we return to the Emporium. Is Lorenzo there, or is he off stalking the secret Vincetti's?
I don't know, I'd imagine I was chilling in the Saffron Cave, plotting my vengeance.
Do we know about the secret Vincetti? Has that been revealed to us, or is it still a personal secret?
Yeah, I think Lorenzo mentioned it in the leaky bucket.
In the pub, yeah.
Of course, yes.
I think,
yes.
I think obviously he just figured it out then, so he would be quite angry at the time. But I think since then he's had time to kind of calm down and kind of realise that, firstly, the billhooks they don't have the kind of operation running to kind of pull off this whole move to undercut and take out the leaders of the Vincettis in one foul sweep themselves. So they must have had some kind of helping hand or some kind of inside man or something, and they're the real target he wants to get to. I think if anything, the bullhooks are just gonna be either a tool to get to that real culprit or just someone to lay our wrath upon in the short term. They're the immediate punching bag, so to say. But depends how we want to play it. I think Lorenzo's going to be a bit more cunning and calculated about it. Of course, if he's provoked, I don't think he'll be able to not act on it, though, is my current thinking.
Would you want to
Nice,
go and
nice.
see Courtland? Or not at this juncture?
Well, the lost leader.
Hmm.
We still in free time, is that the kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's the plan for this session? Are we doing just kind of more free time, or are we hoping to get a heist on the go?
Probably work towards a heist. You
okay.
got the opportunity from Timoth.
Look, we're very, very quick and speedy when it comes to setting up heists and getting in there, so I think 10 minutes will be done.
True. Very true.
It
That
could
rings very
happen.
true. In that case, I don't know. What do you guys feel? Do you have a leading?
No, mate.
by
Look,
the
if
way?
you have a fire inside you to develop some character stuff, we're kind of in that. We're a roll at the moment, so I think we should feed on it. We're still buzzing from our session 0, reigniting our character arc. So keep on the opportunity.
Sure, we'll go see Courtland. Courtland. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to restart my roll 20. I can't open any sheets of any kind. Stand by.
It's a problem.
It will be, yes.
Let's see if I've got any decent place for you to meet him. Where did he hang out? He used to hang out near the old. Let's do this. Let's get you guys here.
I'm struggling to connect to roll 20 at all now. This is weird.
God, yeah. It seems. Yep, all quite fresh to us, I think.
Aldo.
Very odd.
I've been having fun with my.
Have you made these, or these are like assets that you've downloaded?
So some of them are pre-made, but they also
Kit
provide...
Harrington.
Not quite. Is the guy? Did you ever watch that Three Musketeers BBC show?
No.
Oh, well, that's one of the guys in that, because I remembered Cavalier was a keyword for this guy.
Cavalier. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so they used to hang out at the hang on. Milo leaving has messed up my overlay.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry about
Bastard.
that. I think I'm getting back into Roll20, but having a very strange issue where I can. The website's barely working for me at all.
Milo, overlay ruiner, disruptor.
face activator.
Yeah. Deactivator also.
Yeah, he's deactivating the face. If you could just reactivate your face, mate, that'd be great.
Oh. Things are happening.
In
And we're
50
back.
years or so, that'll have another meaning, Milo. I mean, sorry, Mikey.
What will it mean?
Well, activate your face. I'm sure there's going to be like lots of technology and shit. You know,
That's
thinking
true.
cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of saying, let me FaceTime you, say,
Let me activate my face.
into you, please.
Ugh.
It's what Zuckerberg wants. Right.
Whatever Zuck wants, Zuck gets.
Not the bug.
Let me zuck my face.
That's
Right.
it.
Ugh.
So
My face.
the Lost hang out down in the old train depots in what's the name of that region? Colt Ridge or Char Hollow? Char Hollow, yeah.
Charge you.
No, not
Chard,
Chard.
yeah.
Your old friend.
Hello,
Oh.
old friend.
Who wants to
You'd
kill
hate
him
this city.
first?
I am tree friend.
I am character who embodies peace and pacifism. What are you doing in my role-playing game?
Gary.
Get out of here, you idiot. Yeah, so you head down to the tracks, the old tracks, to find the Lost and your old pal Cortland. And yeah, you find him and his lads kicking around, planning their next act of altruism.
Oh yeah. So what's the situation? He's just hanging in this train depot, his base with his boys.
Yeah, I
They
didn't know.
kicking cans.
I think they're in a yeah, playing poo sticks on
Poo
the
sticks.
ground.
Dice. Poo sticks over dice.
So no, I think he's in a heated discussion with one of his other gang members about the best way to maybe release one of their fellows, or maybe like a trade unionist figure.
Yeah. Nice. I guess I'm just gonna approach down through the trains. I mentioned sort of like all different rails and all these trains are kind of like parallel. I'm gonna kind of just like approach them, and I'm just gonna pick up like a pipe and like knock it on the train to kind of announce my presence, and then drop the pipe so that it rings out throughout the train depot as I'm approaching. I'm like, as I approach a bit closer, I take out a cig or whatever and light it, and I'm like, "Hey, Cortland, cousin, how's it
Cousin.
hanging?"
he turns to look at you. The conversation stops. He turns to look at you, and then the other gang members look to him, and they're like, "Cousin, what's he talking about, Cortland?" And he goes, "You finally worked it out, did you, Lorenzo?"
Well, it was only a matter of time. I don't know why he's gone so gruff, but that's where he is.
No, I like that. I sounded just. I don't know, the best you ever sound. I think.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, you're kind of hardened PI edge to Lorenzo is a good direction, I think.
Takes out a hip flask.
Yeah, this damn city. Yeah, he says. What does he say?
I think Lorenzo is possibly after this possession of Bear and the exorcism following it. He's got this multi-personality disorder kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
that's the canon for now.
I like it.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks E for RPing the exorcism, the possession.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
yes.
I never stick to what my character's personality is.
No,
XP,
just
please.
accent.
20 XP. I'm a wild card.
It's my. What was that Soulbound thing where it was like 20 XP,
Oh god, you're right at the end.
which you
Oh,
kept
yeah,
wanting
it's
to get?
I did.
Oh,
You
I think
ever
wasn't it like
20 XP.
Were you like?
I think it increased Doom because you like
Oh,
accepted
yeah.
But it was like-
that everything
we were
was
like-
fucked and you were like became whatever you didn't want to be or something.
We were right at the end of the game. I was like, come on, let's just do it, man. No one wanted to. And by no one, I mean down.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Cortland says, "Well, now you know why I'm so interested in bringing down the billhooks, old chap."
Well, I've been racking my brain on this. I just can't understand. I just can't understand why. Or how the billhooks could deceive and get under my family to the point where they can pull the rug out right underneath their eyes.
Your eyes,
I just can't understand, you know. If they had to have an inside man or, you know, someone, some other higher power helping them. I'm not saying, you know, a demon or something, but maybe a higher gang up in the city. Something like that. So I don't think the billhooks are strictly responsible. I think they were just the axe that, you know, fell.
I like the idea that it's that creature from the Deathlands that's the big bad behind all of this. Ooh.
That fucking deer.
He's actually orchestrated all of this. Yeah.
Could be, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he says. He says, "Well, I have a theory about that." And his gang members are like, "Oh, not again, Cortland. Just drop it, will you?" Say, "No, I won't drop it. It's my family we were talking about. I've had to go in hiding all these years after they were brutally murdered. Lorenzo understands. But anyway, I don't have any proof of this, but it is my theory that it is in fact the North Hook Company who are using the billhooks as their public arm. Tell me, what do you know about the North Hook Company, Lorenzo?"
Well, Cortland, this is quite the accusation you're making. Do you have any evidence to back this?
I just said I don't have any evidence to back this up.
Oh, okay.
Apart from what I've intuited, my own, dare I say, brilliance.
Now, what makes you think that the North, what are they called?
North Hook Company.
What makes you think that the North Hook are behind this? Why would they want to bring down the Vinchettis?
Well, it's the worst kept secret in the docks. The North Hook Company are merely a front for the Ministry of Preservation. also known as the bastards who make sure that none of us get what we want in this city, and make sure we're all got our noses to the grindstone for the most of our lives. Why they were after the Vincettis? Well, you know better than I that we were gaining some power, maybe enough to rival certain families who are in control of the Ministry of Preservation.
I mean, it makes sense. We were positioning ourselves on the Leviathan hunting game. You know, I was away for so long, training, leading the expeditions myself.
And who do you think is allied to the North Hook Company? Who owns all the power in the docks? Who owns all the trade and the sea power? Well, it's the Leviathan Hunters, of course. They didn't want the Vincettis within their number, and so they removed them from the chessboard.
Not entirely. And that was their
But-
mistake.
Well, indeed.
Now, Cortland, work with me on this vengeance, this vendetta. We are now sworn to fill by our name, and you will not be lost anymore, but you will be found.
Jesus.
I will show you this. Work with me, and I'll make it worth it. Not just because we're blood, but because there'll be profits and our legacy to found on our vengeance.
Well, this has been something that I've been working on as well for quite some time, but I imagine your crew combined with mine will increase the odds. But first we need to deal with the billhooks who the North Hook Company used to carry out their violent will. Without them, they will be severely weakened.
Indeed, I concur absolutely, but do you think instead of just wiping them out completely, maybe we could find a few members who are influential within the billhooks and then turn them against the billhooks and use them for our own gain? I think we'll have much to gain off of that, rather than wiping out the bastards completely, as much as I'd like to see it through.
Well, the billhooks are mostly stupid and violent, but they're also completely organized by fear. They all fear the leader of the billhooks, the father who was in prison, but also the son who was just as nasty. But perhaps there are ways to win over the people of the docks to excise them as well. Tell me, how do you stand with the dockers?
How do we stand with the dockers? Not that well at the moment.
Well, you've never gone back to Hammer to find out.
We're getting there. Don't rush me.
I'd say we're neither here or nor there with the dockers and the people there. But we can work to gain their favor in the meantime. I imagine if we aim to do that in the short term, then that can build to a greater goal, and then we can kind of use that to our advantage.
Perhaps with the strength of the Damned Emporium, the Lost, the dockers themselves, maybe even the Grinders or another stronger faction, we can take on the billhooks in one go and see them off. Cut off the head of the snake and watch the rest of its body writhe and die.
Yeah,
Do what they tried to do to us, but we succeed this time.
I'll hunt down every single one of them personally.
For the
If I
XP.
have to. If I have to. I'll make it my life's endeavor. Or the next few sessions, at least.
Well, then we should. Sounds like we have plans to make. Just one more thing, though. Actually, you may have something relevant to you. I remember from our previous dealings that you had some potential run-ins with the red sashes.
Oh, yeah.
Your crew is famous for removing them from Crow's Foot. I should warn you that one of the rumors of the North Hook Company, again, I don't have proof of this, but one of the rumors is that it was created by Eruvian traders setting up in Duskfall, and is potentially affiliated with or potentially run by the Eruvian Leviathan Hunters. And ever since the Gadok train station has been put online, those Eruvians have been bitter about the trade they're losing.
I see.
Perhaps you know someone from Iruvia who has a history in trading in the docks. From who could tell you more?
How convenient.
I'm sure my crew would be very much interested in this information. I'll report back to them when I see them next. And we'll take this on. Thank you very much, Cortland. I extend a hand to shake Cortland's.
You get the dueling gloved hand in return.
Very nice to see you, cousin. It's been too long. Maybe we can get a drink when this is all done.
Yes, I'm not sure how we didn't recognize each other if we have met before, but yes,
I'm sure time has aged us fairly quite a bit, you know.
So drink to those we have
each other
lost.
as children.
Yeah, maybe. All right, cool. Exposition over.
Nice.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Lots of seeds of ness.
Oh, and
So the main takeaways then are potentially the. Wait, but you said North Hook set up by the Eruvians, but surely they've been around for a long time, haven't they? North Hook, they've just popped up overnight.
yeah, I think this is like. I think Eruvia was one of the first places that Akaros sort of brought in to the Imperium, or like started trading with. It's like kind of like the England and France situation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, then we have some scores to plan.
Yes. Yes. Well, Lorenzo, so the way I see it, everyone else jump in. Obviously, we've got it's all kind of done together at the end of the day. It's all about listening to the North Hook Company. We know of the Sparkcraft tech coming in. Was there anything more specific and detailed than, Lorenzo, from your conversation that you wanted to essentially do as a heist, or is it just more background information we think we required?
Well, I feel like even if the bullhooks are really dumb, I feel like we can even easily play them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can
Especially
definitely
with Brace's help.
change their perception of things to make it look like they have an issue with the billhooks or something, or we can make it look like the billhooks have attempted to fuck them over, and then they try and have an engagement with the billhooks or try and do some attacks on them, kind of thing, and then the billhooks might, or the North Hook Company might just wipe out the billhooks for us. You know, know, we could play into that quite easily.
Well, you think the Norfolk would wipe out the Billhooks?
Yeah, if we made it look like to the Billhooks that the Norfolk were trying to fuck them over.
I don't
The
think the
Billhooks are
Billhooks.
working for them.
I don't think the Billhooks are big enough to take out the Norfolk company, though.
No, but if we made it look like the Norfolks were trying to, you know, be underhanded or cheat them out on money or cheat them out on a deal, then the Billhooks are quite dumb and violent, as described. So they'd probably reply in like attacks or something, or
Okay.
you know, blowing up their Leviathan oil depots or something like that. And then, you know, the Norfolk would probably, in reply, wipe out the Billhooks for us.
That would be the ideal.
You know, they're just a cog in the machine.
This is true. The Billhooks themselves, again, not like I say, not well liked by the people. This was one of the decisions I was putting on. Was really the Norfolk will they don't want to work with whoever is the best deal, the best work going on. So if we can prove that we are that,
We also sort of want to undermine them both, really.
oh yes,
But if we could play them off against each other, which is what I'm getting at, then we're getting at the Norfolk, we're getting at the Billhooks as well.
If there is a way to do
Absolutely.
that, then yes.
The trick is in planting that seed in the Billhooks, which then gets them to get angry at the Norfolk and then want to strike out. Which wouldn't be too hard, like, I imagine. You know, we could find out whether Norfolks, you know, I imagine they do have depots, maybe in Duskfall. That'd be much easier for us. And if there's, you know, big Leviathan oil depots, probably well guarded, but at the same time quite a big hard target to hit. It'll hit them pretty hard. You know, if we found out where they were, we could just like, you know, have a letter and plant that on the body of a thug right in front of the Billhook base. They'd find that letter and then be like, "Oh, boys, look at this. We know where to hit back at the Norfolks."
Well,
Operation Mincemeat.
Exactly.
I tell you where my head's going. My head's going with this. So we have a specific heist we want to pull off, which is to interrupt the Sparkcraft tech that's coming in. Now, if we could do something to either rally or piss off the Billhooks and get the Billhooks to join us in that particular mission, then and fucking make it basically either, you know, last minute step away and it's fucking just the Billhooks there, then we kind of doing a two birds one stone kind of thing. And we got Grace who's in with the Billhooks, so we can kind of use Grace's connection to like something like that, like I say, like.
So we have a job to basically smuggle in Sparkcraft tech.
That's on Billhook ground, though, isn't it? Or is that
on Billhook ground?
Yeah.
To undermine them. I think there is. I mean, there's already a thing there where if you do that, the Billhooks look like dicks because they've not been doing their jobs.
What if we made it so like it was made out that the Billhooks were complicit in letting the Sparkcraft technology get taken?
That's where my brain was going, and then it completely stopped while I was talking. So you picked up the thread.
Yeah, so we plant evidence on the Billhook leader or the son, that, you know, we forge a letter or something, or we forge like fake orders to his men to be like, you know, take this Sparkcraft gear and take it for ourselves because we could use this, hit back at the Norfolk and kind of, you know, change our arrangement with them kind of thing. Make it look like they're gunning for a better deal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think playing it too much other, it's good. I like it. I aim to do that. It's fun. Just the missing piece of the puzzle is what is strong enough to make that happen. Remind me again what tier the Billhooks are? So we've had this before. We got excited to
One or two.
fun people and then found out they
Two.
were like 2. Okay, so we're on equal footing, so that's good. That puts us in a decent standing.
I'd imagine Friedrich is our man to do the forging, though. So we would need our Friedrich.
Saffron did the fake artifact.
Perfectly as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't need to be like it wouldn't be a hard forging. It's just like a Well, we don't know if the billhooks use stamps. Do they stamp their letters?
Well, we've got
Maybe-
Grace. We can find all the information from Grace. Grace can tell us. She communicates to them. She knows everything. So we can use if she must have examples of letters of she knows the stuff. So we can kind of call Grace our knowledge font for that. So
Yeah. So we
you're
can
try-
go off. Go on.
run me through the letter again. So what's the letter says?
Well,
what?
it just be something so to say that like the billhooks are giving like their orders via letter to their men, right? That whoever's on patrol that night at the docks, they're saying for this shipment, we're gonna take the shipment and kind of offload it to our own area rather than
Right.
to the Norfolk.
I
or
quite
whatever,
like that
whatever
because
the
it's kind of
recipients
kind of trying to con more lower level people. That's certainly a lot easier than trying to con the top level. But then
are. And it's basically like evidence that the billhooks are trying to undermine their employers.
And then we
Right.
just
So-
want the employers
That's what we're
get
trying to
together.
plan.
But then, I guess end of the day, so if that all plays out nicely, those billhooks we can't help us fuck over the Norfolk. We say, "Oh, Norfolk, look, billhooks fucked you over," but then the North billhooks just go, "Wait a minute, we had this letter, and who the fuck did that come from?" And we've not quite
Yeah, well, we don't have to think about that deeply.
management's not involved. You know what I mean? Who's our do we have a billhook main person? I can't remember. If we actually talked to a billhook. We don't have a big bill. No, okay, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be pretty hard to create.
But they have a leader and then their son. I guess they're both in the employ. They're both kind of running it. I don't know who's
Yep.
like more in the running of it, but
Well, the dad's in prison at the moment, so the son is running the billhooks on the ground at least.
so this even plays more to our favor because the
Yes,
son
I'm
is the likely
inexperienced.
culprit. He wants to prove himself to his dad who's in prison by gaining more power, doing much better. So he's
Well,
going
is
to be
that-
doing something greedy.
They wouldn't fall for that. So is there a way to almost convince them to do the heist without him knowing it was actually the Norfolk he's fucking over? But they know because it's their whole turf. They know which ships are coming in and coming out. And
We don't need to convince the billhooks, though, right? We need to do the job and then create some evidence that it looks like the billhooks were complicit in the job. We
Yeah.
don't convince
So
the billhooks.
the job is to take the Sparkcraft the shipment that's coming in. Who are we giving that to? Where are we taking it? Sorry.
we haven't got the specifics yet. Was the main takeaway?
Okay.
I think it was more like to stop them being able to restrict the Sparkcraft trade. So there's obviously people like they've obviously got control of like the imports and customs officials who are turning away certain Sparkcraft and then making sure it doesn't go into the city.
So we don't even know the specific shipment that's coming in. We haven't actually got that info yet. We don't actually know there's a. Is it too bold to use Grace to set up a meeting with the billhooks?
To what end?
Well, there's a lot of what we're trying to do is to try and manipulate and push stuff through, but it's quite hard to do with like a letter. I don't think Norfolk's going to go to war with the billhooks because there's a letter that says we did it. Like there's got to be some. They've got to be involved somehow. Like I say, either it is. I mean, I don't think we would do it, but like it would be as simple as not as simple as. Yes, if we could morph out a murder of a billhook by the Norfolk Company, and then use that as leverage to kind of motivate them to then work with us against them. But that would mean we have to kill someone. And
That's
there's something.
true.
There's got to be something that.
I mean, killing someone's not an issue. We've done that plenty of times.
It's
Also not
true.
ideal.
Yeah, we're trying to stick away from it if we can.
You can always try and work with the billhooks, convince them it's a good idea to help you, and then
That's what I'm going to fuck them out. So it's
put
kind
the
of thing.
blame on them.
That's the end game. The end game literally we're at the point where we're taking the shipment and the billhooks are there and we basically kind of either step away or just kind of
We need to fuck them
leave
slowly,
them in the lurch.
gently.
We do.
Yeah, and you guys wanted to frame people for ages, so
So
I'm
excited.
willing to help you do it.
Always
this
comes
time.
back to framing.
Well,
So-
that's why it was so hard with the effects. He's like tier 7, so that's why I feel like this is a bit more.
So I think that the issue is though if how many steps we're adding, right? So the more
Agreed.
steps, the more complications. So if we're trying to first convince them to then help us betray their employers, That's quite a steep ask. But if
I mean, we
if
have.
we firstly, as you said, have to murder someone or kind of get a body of a bullhook and kind of say that the Northhook had some dealing with it.
We could just suggest it's a profitable option without just murdering someone as a first idea.
But I don't know if we can offer. We
Yeah,
can't offer more than Norfolk are offering them. Let's be honest.
And
They're
then-
not going to go, oh, us.
As well, this the son who's in charge as well, right? So he, as I said before, his dad's in prison. He probably wants to prove himself. Imagine if his dad comes out of prison and his son's like, made the gang way more prosperous.
But
They're
because
rich
you
and
fucked
wealthy. He
them,
comes
because
out. We can apply
because
to
they
his
fucked over the
sense
North
of.
Hook, they're never gonna. That's not gonna play out well for them. They've got no kind of backup plan. They can't ever.
Yeah, but
be
I'm
multiple.
I'm saying as if we're talking to the greedy, idiotic, violent son of the leader of the Billhooks here. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
to you. I'm saying I'm
No.
playing to his greediness, his
No, I get it.
his tendency to want to prove himself to his father, and then all this.
With Grace's connection, like, did we get a sense that she was like well liked by the Billhooks? Because again, I was thinking like again, if she was well liked, potentially she could like pretend to have been like attacked or roughed up by a Norfolk and go and tell them. But if it's more just it's not actually they don't really care about her.
Yeah,
But if there was some
I think she kind of
more mercenary
is more like a
relationship.
freelancer. Yeah.
Sure, fine.
Why don't we get Friedrich to sleep with the son's girlfriend?
Nice.
I mean,
just for
this is-
lols.
no, I mean, honestly, that's so much better and kind of already. We need some spark of emotion to trigger that greed and that anger and that violence.
And
It's
he
gonna
pretend
over-
to be a Norfolk official. Those
Something
fucking Norfolks fucked my wife.
No, I love that. Something like that is exactly what we need, just to spark that. Because at the end of the day, do you want to go attack your main the most powerful group in the world just for laughs and giggles? Even an idiot's gonna be like, I'm probably not.
Well,
so.
I think the thing that would be the motivator there would be they have a good deal, but you can always get more. Like, oh, do you not want to get an extra bit on the side? That's the angle if that was the approach.
Yeah, so back to my first idea,
Uh-huh.
the Leviathan Oil Depot.
Uh-huh.
That's if such a thing exists in Duxfall, that's such a prime target.
It's probably
Let's
not
say-
very easily signposted.
I
Let's
remember
say
talked
let's
about
say we
getting,
find one. Let's say we persuade them that there's one specific night. Let's say we distract the guards or something, or let's somehow find a way to move the Norfolk's attention elsewhere, and they have an easy target or something. I
The
don't know.
issue you have is you don't know who the Northhook are yet.
That's what I mean.
They're still the shadowy corporation.
We're scoundrels, though. Surely we can figure out or find, or we have people who can, we can, pay someone or.
That sounds like a score in itself.
I was having a brave. So I was thinking this. So yes, maybe this could be this. And again, we do need to have this conversation, but we have the hookup with Grace. Maybe it's more a thing of like
Hook up.
kind of a bit like we did with the previous heist. But it's more like we're going to do this, but if you give us some of your guys, come with us. We'll keep it on the hush hush. We'll go do this. But if you bring up some of your guys to make this happen, we'll give you the cut. But when we get there, we fuck them over and then like leave them stranded or pin them there and leave them there and run off or something and leave them as part of the thing like that. That's kind of the
Sounds more practical.
yeah. Feels like it's in the right mix to what we're saying here. Like we still
Yeah.
need a little bit of reason for him to hate, want to fuck over the Norfolk.
Well, you know who the Billhooks hate? Those do-gooders, the Lost.
Ooh.
So you could always use Cortland as bait.
You
Say-
can tell him he's bait. We can use.
Say the Lost are got a shipment coming in, but it's actually the Northhook
That's a
shipment.
nice idea.
So you think it would work if we said it was a lost shipment coming in, but it was actually a.
Yeah, I think you could try. Well, you could attempt to convince the Billhooks to help you through deception by convincing it's somebody who they hate.
Nice.
I don't like the we could try part of it. I think back to what Mikey was saying earlier, in that we could provide evidence of such an act, and that would kind of help our convincing.
Well, how
I
about
think
this
we
then?
definitely
How
need
about
some.
this? With
I think
evidence,
we
we provide evidence or evidence forged that it's a shipment to the Lost, or we say something like, "What's his name will be there." There'll be opportunities to kill him or rough him up,
let's
or
just
even
forge a letter.
well, that
What's
with a
wrong
few
with
other
forging a
bits.
letter?
I think absolutely, yeah. But when we can use Grays to help make it all official, we create it. It says like, look, we've had word of this shipment coming in. Give us 10 of your best guys. It's gonna fuck over the Lost. We'll take them. We'll keep it all hush hush. We'll get in there and we'll screw over the Lost. But actually, it's a Norfolk, and we leave them holding the what's the phrase? Holding the jar, holding the bag. Is it holding the bag? Holding the bag.
You're a hoe in the bag.
Hold in the bag.
I actually think that sounds like quite a good plan, and we can use our gathering information to do some of that stuff
Yes.
as well.
The only flaw I have, I don't know if it matters too much at this point, is what that kind of final move looks like to leave them framed. Do we care if they end up? We might not get anything from this. Is my problem. Like, if we're going to leave them with the loot in a sense, make sure they get caught.
Won't be leaving them with the loot.
Well,
Timoth, I think would have said you would get paid for making sure the Sparkcraft stuff gets to the Sparkcraft Guild.
Yes. So we need to identify a Sparkcraft shipment that we've convinced the Lost. So we convince the Billhook there's a Lost shipment coming in. Forge a document. Get some of them to come with us. Get to the spot. Set it all up at the last minute. Leave them there.
Yeah, and I think just to what's the word? Zoom in on the actual objective. It's not just to steal a shipment, but it's to disrupt the bureaucracy that the Norfolk have, where they're basically confiscating all the Sparkcraft stuff. So you basically want to hit HM Customs at the docks.
Or just like the
So
the customs booth.
It'll be like inspectors, and not those
Take
kind of
away their
inspectors,
passports,
lowercase
scanner.
inspectors and tax people and officials at the docks.
Can we blow it up? The building. We can blow it up.
They're not the best. I mean, yeah, it is a building. They probably will hang out at a building, yeah.
We can go and intimidate some officials. That could be a part of it. I don't know how it fits into the score though. There's a lot of elements to the score. Presently.
Yes, I can already hear that engagement roll.
Well, if you get the Billhooks to do it and do what they do best, and go and smash up some inspectors and nickel their pocket money.
Well, that's one thing. There'd have to be some
Licenses.
Sparkcraft tech on site.
You know that
Sure.
bit Milo and Piggy Blinders when they go to the race day
Oh yes.
and they basically go to all the bookies and they rough them up,
Beat
and
'em
they
up.
take the licenses and they burn them. It's kind of basically what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see this. I can see this coming together nicely now.
Okay.
So, we convince the Billhooks to work together on this activity. We work with them on roughing up some officials and getting the flow of trade in. And to be honest, that's them implicated. Like,
As long as we do the. Yes, the bit I see as being the slip is we have to convince, because I mean, they would know they'd be implicated. I just can't see at this point why they want to do that, other than if we kind of do the old switcheroo and give them the reassurance they'll all be fine, and then, like you say, we do something deceptive right at the end. Because, as far as I can tell, I'm really missing this. I imagine it's mission statement number 1 for the Billhooks to not piss off the Norfolk Company. Unless I'm totally wrong, they actually don't care. It feels like they've got to have a good reason. If they do, they've got to feel like they're going to get away with it, and it's on us to basically fuck them over.
well, whoever brings the shipment in will be connected to the Norfolk Company, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there's a connection there, like making sure there's a witness or something like that.
Yes, definitely.
Hmm.
Oh, You convince them that the Lost have gained their sort of ear, their sympathetic ear.
Who?
The Lost have I don't know. We're getting into 3D chess mode here.
Yeah, we are a little bit. I feel like we've got enough of a plan to just.
I think as soon as you get gang politicking, it does just end up being 3D chess. But it's very interesting, and I do love it.
I'm just going to get a quick cup of tea, and then
Lovely.
start some proper score planning.
Yes, but it sounds like you need to go and meet the Billhooks.
We do, yes.
So to conclude, Mikey,
Yes, please.
what's the current rolling plan?
The current rolling plan is this. We use Grace's connection with the Billhooks to figure out how to forge a document or official document from the Norfolk, or just some communication that says there's a shipment coming in for the Lost.
Mhm.
Oh, no, we're going to the customs house now, aren't we? Why would they ever believe customs house is the Lost? What would they think? What would they think they're going to gain from?
I think is am I right in saying that there's some like suspension to belief in part of this, where some of the we don't have to like think of a reason for everything. It can just be RP magic that we can just roll with it to a certain extent, or do we have to cover every base?
No, not every base, but I feel like we have to be able to prove why we're doing what we're doing. We without it being like an order, we can't convince them to go rough up that Norfolk customs house, because why would it, the whole point was to use the Lost as the angle to motivate them.
I mean, if you had a really good roll, you could convince the Billhooks that the Lost are trying to steal from the Norfolk Company by like pretending to be the customs officials, and you're like, they're doing it on this night, so we've got to go in and.
That's what I was thinking. I was saying, like, if we go to this point, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, sorry, name's gone blank. Cousin is like there. Courtland, we know he's going to he's there with his gang, and we could say something really, I don't know. I was thinking of it. We could say something. Oh, we'll know it's them because they're wearing a red flower, but we've like planted something on them, so it looks a bit odd. And I don't know. It might be overrating it. Maybe I'm thinking maybe something in like the setup, but that's not a terrible plan.
You could get the Lost to do that as well.
That's a good point. Yeah, really good point actually. Yeah. And in fact, we don't have to forge anything. We get the Lost to literally create a letter that says, "Hey," and you find those letters in like,
We'll just get them to like get them to be there. So then when they see, oh shit, it's Courtland, what you're saying is true.
Yeah, and that's he can. But it seems like a customer house, he can't just be like in there. He'll need to be. I mean, he's not going to be just hanging out in the customs house, will he? Depending, I don't know.
I bet if the Billhooks see him in the area, that's more of a good enough coincidence for them.
Yeah, and then we don't need to forge them. We can get the Lost to use their official stationery to write letters that says like, "Courtland, meet me at the customs house at 9 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah,
we're doing some shifty business." And we can say, yes, we've intercepted. Or we'll use Grace to tell them, because so far they don't know we're connected. So that'll be a nice little extra barrier of protection from the thing. But like, so we get Grace to give them a letter, say they know that, say that they know that the down Emporium are also up for doing it as well. So they want to work with you. That sparks the meeting. We go to the meeting. We convince him to come with us because we know he's going to be there. And off we go.
All right, sounds good.
Up damn! Up damn!
Nice.
I like Captain Holt Instagram reel.
Have you seen his? What's the bit when he's like shouting for 20 minutes? Bone.
Bone.
Just gonna go for a week.
Bone.
I think I saw a Lego recreation today.
Yeah, they're really good, aren't they?
It's like, you guys need to bone.
Bone. Bone. It's the early season Holtz. He's always very funny, but right at the start when he really is So yeah, it's the scene where like Amy's late and they all try to guess why and convinced it's a fun game. And he's like, he got tied up at the bank, and when he finds out, he's just like so happy about this really boring thing. It's just so good. R.I.P. Oh,
Oh, he's such a fucking legend. He'll be missed.
he's
Oh,
pump indeed.
how's
All
your
right, we developed the
pub
plan a little
life,
bit. Were you
pub?
listening? Were you listening, Milo, on the
I
headphones?
was
or-
listening.
Good.
Always
I'll write it down
listening.
before I forget.
You cannot escape me.
Right.
All right,
New
we
plan.
got a good plan.
Okay.
It's
I think
sound in
so.
Mikey's head, and that helps a lot.
It does.
Grace.
His
Take
internal mind map.
official stationary letter from the Lost to the Billhooks. Set up a meeting with us to conflab on
Conflab.
attacking the customs house when they think to be there. And if this doesn't tick over, can any of your allies or whatever help with the setup of the score? Then I mean,
That's
again,
true.
I don't try not to metagame, but I can't help but hear the. I've got a bit of PTSD from the engagement rules, so it's all kind of lodged in my head now. But things to look at. I feel like this must be what they're talking about. It must be because we're going to have
It's
because
true.
we're going to use like you say, he's not really involved. But we're going to use I forgot his name already. His cousin to as we're going there, kind of walk ahead of us, just to kind of like
Yes.
spur him on, and then he can just fuck off. He doesn't have to be involved. Just
Yep.
keep him motivated.
Yep. Well, Grace does what you ask, and she sets up the
Great.
meet, no pun intended, with Bill Hooks. You meet at one
And
of their.
there's no pushback from Lorenzo's family cousin that he's gonna play ball. He's happy to.
Well, I mean, you're +1 with them already, and they also would love to screw over the Bill Hooks and have a scrap with them. So I think
Right.
they would be. Yeah, they would.
I think Lorenzo would have another meeting with him and just kind of explain what the plan is going forward, and that we're going to start it as of this date,
Yeah.
so he knows what to expect.
Yeah, all good. And you meet in one of the slaughterhouses, obviously, down by the docks. And you meet Koran, son of the leader of the Billhooks.
That's Nathan Drake.
Doesn't look that violent. Yeah, Nathan, he's a pretty heroic boy.
Yeah, I don't know, like the NPCs who you guys are interacting with all seem like, it's like Love Island, but somehow you're missing all the uggos.
I was expecting like a big butch cockney fucking butcher, fishmonger kind of fella,
You could be Cockney. You
hardened
can't
by
tell
the
by looking at
sea,
him.
hardened by the sea air, weathered.
Yeah, that's what Marky was like in Malta,
Exactly.
bobbing in the sea,
That's me.
and
Mr. Bob.
then in your tank, your
Yep.
aquarium.
My little underwater tank.
The
Yeah,
ill-fated dip in the sea.
Mikey in a terrarium is what I need on my desk.
It's too dry.
Just bobbing around.
True. He would
No.
be more of a goldfish in a fishbowl.
Yeah, proper 70s
That's it.
big fish tank, like
Oh yeah, like
In the
like
middle
a
of the
wall-
thing.
a whole wall. Yes.
With a
I d-
lava lamp in the middle of it.
You get the water on it, poor little fish.
Hell yeah.
So and obviously you see there's plenty of big meaty looking bill hooks, wielding casually holding their hooks or two in their hands, hacking away at various chunks of meat.
Lovely.
And it probably doesn't smell very nice because I imagine it's the horrible fish that they dredge up around the coast. that you probably prefer not to eat. Probably stick to the mushrooms. And Koran says to you, "Well, our friend Grace tells us that you have a proposition for us. You've already decided to disrupt my shipments already? You're here to make amends?"
Yes. We admit we were newly found the docks, and we perhaps hastily picked the wrong enemy. We've heard such great things about you from the people on the docks. It's the North Hook we've heard, the real problem and the real scum and villainy of this place. And also those damn Lost as well. They've been causing us, I don't know if you've heard, causing us trouble for years. Those scum, anyone related to anyone in the Lost is just a disgusting human being. Ugh. So we were happy. Grace informed us she'd intercepted some communications. It seemed like a good time to make good on our previous transgressions and to work together for a common enemy.
He says, "Well, yes, the Lost are, how to say, sort of an annoying, irritating fly that we can swat at any time. But please do tell us if you feel that there is an opportunity to do so without too much inconvenience."
Well, yes, I believe the document that Grace intercepted identified their leader, I believe, as leading up a small squad to go and take over the custom house of the North Hook fleet. So we know where they'll be, when they'll be there. We'll be able to catch them by surprise. Help the North Hook out a bit by taking out these scoundrels, and maybe pocket a few things for ourselves if it so pleases us. It might also mean all of us together.
He strokes his chin with his hook. So you're saying that they will be present and you wish for us to... what? Just go and kill them?
Well, however you see fit, we're not ones to dictate how you do your work. To rough them up, injure them, scare them off, send them a message. You don't mess with the billhooks. And it'll help us as well, because they're a thorn on our side too. Winding us up all the time. Throwing bricks through our window of our emporium. Oh, time to teach them a lesson. We've never been able to pin them down before. But this is the first time we've ever known where they're going to be and when they're going to be there. But we need your manpower to do this. Unfortunately, there's only a few of us at the moment. One of our own is having a nap in his pajamas. The other one just left mid campaign. We're apart from that, we're a few men down.
He
So we
opened
need
a
you
portal to the seabed and walked through it. Never seen again.
Well, exactly. So, yes, we need manpower, and you are kind of grabs a man's bicep. Powerful men indeed. We could surely do with the assistance, and I believe it would help you get your revenge and hopefully maybe deal with these lost once and for all.
He says, well, two things. Firstly, that arm belongs to my dear friend Mildred. She is not a man.
I'm sorry, I'm old eyes, can't see.
And secondly, how do we know that we can trust you?
Well, for one thing, there's a lot more of you than there are of us. We're putting our neck out to be here. We know it's of utmost importance to you, There's so much to be gained from your side and from ours as well. It would be not beneficial to cause any kind of friction, especially given our past mistakes we made. It's very brave of us to come here at all, I think.
So like when
I would say.
is it like when David Cameron says on TV that it's the brave thing to come on the TV and keep supporting Israel. Actually,
Exactly right. Yeah. Look at me, a hero.
We're both tier 2 though, right? So we both have the same amount of men roughly working under us.
no, it's it can be various factors like quality, scale.
I think of us
Those
more
kind
a
of
lot of
things.
hero units rather than
Yep.
fewer.
Bill Hooks
You
are
are-
more like
They're not all
We should be
operating
much
under a,
fucking stronger then in
table
that
of tier
case.
lists, right? This is like playing into their arrogance and dominance, right? So
well,
Where's our
Mickey,
tier show?
I know you wanted to avoid it, but you may have to roll me something.
Wreck, Tinker.
I will give you a +1 dice though for your rhetoric.
Can I summon a charismatics tornado potentially?
A tornado of charisma.
The Riz tornado.
The Riz.
The Riz.
Riznado.
Riznado.
well,
You've heard of
Riznado.
Sharknado. Get ready for Riznado. That's a WWE wrestler I want to see.
I'll make it happen. Yes.
Riznado.
Well, I mean, end of the day, it's going to be Sway, which I have a pip in. You know. I also roll terribly, so
You also have pushing yourself and assists and
yeah,
Devil's Bargains.
yeah. Position is control.
Well, it's not a controlled narrative position. I would say definitely risky.
All right, fine. I'll say my patrician standard effect was effect. The effect of the comes to up trading. Is the effect standard limited? Where are we at?
I'd say standard is
Okay, cool. So bonus
yeah,
level 1.
standard.
So yeah, I could push myself. I don't know how it would work at this point narratively for someone to assist. But if someone does want to help, that'd be good.
I don't know if Silas has an angle, especially since he's recently been beating up Bill Hooks.
I don't. Yeah. I think we're not on void on the assist factor here.
Fine.
I mean, do you
Push
have any
myself.
ideas, anybody?
Well, I was going
Anyone?
to say potentially. I don't know if Lorenzo knew anything. I can't remember how acquainted you are. Maybe if Lorenzo knew something particularly.
I very much hate the Bill Hooks since they slaughtered my father
Yes.
and my brother in cold blood.
But we are being
So,
deceptive right now.
I understand
so...
that, but as I said before, if I'm very easily provoked by them, so I'm much more sooner to shoot him in the head right here, right now, than I am to help.
Fair.
any
I was going to
conversation or
suggest
ma-
if there was something like personal you knew about.
I-
Oh man, I forget his name a million
I
times.
think-
Your cousin.
I think I'm doing very well just to sit here silently, not doing anything at all.
Fair. I'll push myself in. That's fine.
I'm being stuck in the matter.
Fine. I shall recover some stress. That's fine.
I mean, you can put a coin his way. I'll give you a coin to give to him to kind of.
I don't think this is a coin transaction. I feel like it's
No.
like kind of. We're more going for emotion, aren't
Trust
we?
me,
We're going for
here's a coin.
Hey, money moves.
You look after
you
this
know.
one coin, and we won't fuck you over.
Consider it
That'll
a
do it.
deposit, you know.
That's it. That's true. Right. Okay. I'm pushing myself. So I'm putting myself down for 2 bonus dice.
Any devil bargain?
I mean, it's quite
Devil
important we do
bargain.
this, but can Devil Bargain affect someone else? Because I'm doing all the hard work.
You can always find out what it would be.
If you've got one, I'll hear it, mate.
Well, I'm having a look through. So the place that also have the NPC pictures. They've done a deck of Devil's Bargains,
Oh,
and I probably will turn them into a deck on Roll20. I haven't had time yet, but I'm just having a scroll through. Downside is obviously it's so blades is so like based in what is happening now, and it should be related to what's happening now. It's quite a unique situation, but blah 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 blah. And also, they seem to do it like you get +1 dice, and then if you fail, this bad thing happens, extra bad thing happens. So
That's interesting. That's not how we had played it before, right?
no,
Kind of, you take this extra die, but you incur this penalty anyway, right?
Okay, I'm gonna say, if you fail, then the billhooks will attack one of your holdings,
Nice.
your turfs.
Well, I'm not gonna fail. So,
That's the spirit.
How many dice I give you?
I've got one for bonus and one for pushing myself. So I'm at 2 currently.
And one for Devil's Bargain 3.
Just one. You know what? It's not.
I've got an idea.
All right.
How about we put forward a little gambit to Cassidy? How about we put forward that he has a duel with Silas right here, right now, the terms of which, if Silas wins, he does this for us. And if he wins, we pay him coin. 3, 4, 5 coin. We owe him a debt of that much.
Do you have 3, 4, 5 coin?
No, but we'll owe him.
It could be like an honor duel, like you know, on my honor, we're not lying, and I'll fight you if you don't believe me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that works in the underworld. By my honor,
It does seem
sir.
tenuous. Yeah, seems like a really good one in Duskwall. Lots of honor going around.
Yeah. No, I think you have to convince him that this is in his interest rather than bribing him or fighting him to do it. But yeah, Mikey, if you have that 3 dice, you only have a 30% chance to fail. So
I can make that 13% seem like 100%. I've done some pretty spectacular rolls. I think yeah, I mean it's that classic thing, isn't it? Yeah, I might as well take it. It's gonna be fine. 4 dice. We can't fail 4 dice.
drive it like a stolen Maltese buggy.
That's it. We're driving it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
about okay.
Guys.
So close.
Telling you.
Beavis.
Telling you.
Jesus, we didn't need all those bonuses,
No.
which is good.
Yeah, in hindsight.
Yeah, I always say that, but I never think of it as like, well, if you just rolled 1 dice, it would have been. I still feel like it rolls 4 in it. Yeah,
It's the
it's not like
it's the probability.
I roll
of
1
playing,
and
right?
that one would have been. 'Cause, you know, the dice all knock into each other and stuff, so it's all kind of, you know.
Oh well, yeah.
I never like to think about that because I don't like to think I'm wasting mine.
I think the number generator does one at a time, like a one-armed bandit.
Yeah. Anyway, let's pretend it was all worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, he has a little think. He says, "Very well. We shall send some men, and we shall make sure that we have confirmation that the lost are there before we draw any of our hooks into the flesh. We don't want to make any mistakes."
No, we'll certainly we'll stake it out and we'll keep an eye on when we spot the individuals. We'll do one of these hand signals, we'll kind of, and then we'll all move as one.
You speak sign language also.
Yes. I can have a potato, please. In sign language. That's all I know.
Yes. Tuna jacket potato, please. All right, well, sounds good. And then Grace is probably there as like the intermediary, and she's kind of just been sat watching the whole time, like coolly leaning on the wall, and she gives you like a bit of a nod of approval, like a nicely done.
Give Silas a little nod in the ribs to. She's all right. Fine. Come on.
He stands completely still, not recognizing your nudge at all.
What's wrong with her,
Nothing
mate? What's
again.
wrong with her, eh?
I draw my pistol and shoot Cassidy in the head.
Wait for it. Wait for it. After the
Yeah.
score. After the
So-
score.
So we've convinced the Billhooks that the Lost are going to be there doing some shenanigans, and the Billhooks
Yeah.
should be there.
The Bill's gonna come with
What
us.
is
yeah.
actually our next step?
Well, now that's what the next part is to figure out. Because, like I said, that now it comes down to the framing. It comes down to in an ideal scenario, this is like, again, let's paint an ideal picture and work backwards. We all go there together. On the way, we've got to get them to kind of see. Say your cousin's name one more time, and this time I'm going to remember it. I'm not going to forget it.
Portland.
Cortland. We see Cortland on the way. We give them a thing. We all go in an ideal way. We're all going together. While we're in there, we help take down this space. We smash it up, ruin everything with them. Maybe we even grab some, if there's some, like, if there's a storage room with some Barkcraft until we take that as well. And then get out and leave them in there just to say, like, the fucking Bluecoats turn up or someone turns up to get there. Now, working backwards, how to make that happen, but that's
Yeah.
the ideal
Yeah.
scenario, right?
I think the idea is to have like a big, make sure that the Billhooks leave their mark.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Court,
I'm
or
with you.
we like trip one up and tie a couple up and leave them there or something, just enough that it's clearly them, but without them knowing. Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if they know after this we fuck them over. Possibly not. In an ideal world, again, it would all look very, you know.
Well, you're not the only ones who leave calling cards at your scenes. The Billhooks are also well known for leaving grisly bodies at the crime scenes. So
Yeah.
Useful if you want to frame them for stuff. I guess.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Murder back on the cards, is it?
Well, maybe
Nice, though.
maybe if they
Nice.
murder some people.
Yeah.
Murder's always in the
I'm not
cards.
planning any murders.
What's this like? I know we typically don't want to murder people because we've recently learned in the last season or so it's not a thing to do in Duskfall. But in the first season, we were very murder gun ho. So
Well, we were reserved.
Yeah, and you went to
So-
prison for a year.
I did, nobody else did. So why
Yeah, that's what I
everybody
mean.
else is like, oh no, we
I
shouldn't
didn't-
murder anybody anymore?
I didn't
Because of the heat.
Although Lorenzo is more
think
like, well, there's a time and a place.
There's the heat, but there's also that we talked about how, like, actually, it's like the very fucking worst thing you can do. So much worse than murder in other societies that, like, our characters still wouldn't want to be doing a lot of it because it's really, really bad.
Yeah, but these
And
bill
also
hooks
it's a lot
deserve
different
death
from the,
in that case.
It just means that we should be
How
like
convenient.
we
They murdered
collectively
my
agree
father
we
and my brother in cold blood. Their spirits are probably still haunting them.
Hey, it's
They
the
deserve
game.
nothing
It's the game.
but
We,
the fucking worst.
they knew what they were signing up for.
should-
Puta
murder's not
madre.
off the cards, it's just like, let's not just go around killing willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Who's willy-nilly?
No, but all the bull hooks, they're in the game. No, they're due for it. The bastards.
Yeah, but in every role-playing game that ever exists, apart from maybe some, like, you just kill people and it's just part of your day-to-day. Like, there's been some interesting discourse about D&D, and the violence inherited in the system, and because it is a combat game, and you solve every puzzle with violence, and it's just like a bit boring, isn't it? How do you relate to that?
I mean, how do I relate to fucking fighting dragons? I don't. It's fucking mythic. It's fantasy.
All right, swearbox.
No, but I mean, on the same hand, of course, we're not killing everybody. We're not addressing every issue with killing, but in this specific scenario,
Well, you did that with the red sashes.
Bill Hook. As that was season 1 though. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, but if you're solving your big existential quest per season with violence, then yeah, it's a bit old samey.
Yeah, but in context, they've slain my family, right? So it's a vendetta, which literally means blood for blood.
Yes, and Batman didn't kill the people who killed his parents.
Yeah, but I'm not. Lorenzo's not
And
Batman.
that makes him interesting.
Lorenzo, well, is he? He's a dude who dressed up as a bat. How interesting is that?
They've been making stories about him for like 80 years, so he must be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but that's just the fucking meat of it, is punching fucking thugs in the night.
Oh, stop swearing on my YouTube channel, please. All right, well.
Family content, all of it is.
Well, it sounds like you want to start gathering information, if there is any together.
Yes. Trying to think about what there is together.
How familiar are we so far with the custom? Is it a pretty open? Do people walk by it most days? Is it kind of pretty much a known quantity, or is it kind of very much behind like enemy lines, as it were?
I don't think you know much about it, so probably you would need to gather some information on it.
And do we assume that Cortland is sufficient enough to be part? We don't need to set up his whole plan of him being kind of spotted on the way there without he knows he can which alleyways duck down and get around and be seen, but then get out of the way. We don't have to worry about that, do we? Or is he?
I think he's
Pretty
okay
solid.
to do that. Yeah.
Cool.
They're
Cool.
they're kind of a sneaky gang.
Just trying to figure out what we need to know. So we need to know a bit more about the area of our operation. We don't really need to know much more about the Billhooks because we've sort of arranged their party to come along with us.
You could always try and
We
find out how many of them are coming, and
How many of them?
and of what quality as well.
Billux.
Yeah, like is Koran coming, for example?
Would we need to gathering information to that? Surely we'd have been told that.
Well, I don't know if he would be like telling you everything just in case. You're still at -1 with him, so
Sure, fair. I was going to say if and maybe it's not even possible, but if the priority should be obviously making sure we have enough information to make the score happen. But if we have the ability to learning, if there is a custom, if there is like a safe or a cache of Sparkcraft material there as well, obviously again that would be the icing on the cake. Would be if we also make away with some Sparkcraft gear at the same time. Is it common knowledge there would be? I mean, again, I feel like custom house stuff's being confiscated and moved, or do we know it's completely empty, or is there a possibility? Is it even worth looking into?
I don't think the common person would know what happens inside a customer's
Well, no, obviously, then
office.
we need to the classic intercept person.
But
Whatever,
you
I'm
know
saying-
that they are confiscating Sparkcraft, so
yeah, so there's a good chance and stuff there. So let's try and if we feel like we've gathered enough information, it'd be good to then maybe use one of them to try and identify where it would be within the compound or whatever. So
I think
potentially,
that is sneaky guy.
finally,
Let's have a
yeah.
sneaky guy.
Potentially, then it could
Lorenzo's
be
kind of sneaky.
okay. Yeah.
Got 3 dots and prowl.
I mean, that's very sneaky.
That is sneaky.
yeah.
It could be one, gathering information to kind of just go and do the classic scout the thing, check the route, find the entrance points. One, to gather information on the Billux presence there, and then one to identify is there, find out about the actual inner workings. Is there a Sparkcraft safe? Is there a safe that we can crack, or like a code or something to get into the storage unit? Something like that.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Well, considering you guys seem to want to kill the Billux a lot, I will.
Whoa!
Well, I don't know. I think silence, I assume, is just generally close to flying to fit a range, no matter what happens.
Cortland brought it up in the first place. I'm just saying that it's agreeable.
Yeah.
And I was saying in retort that we should use them against the fucking Norfolk in the first place.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout.
But obviously, they're the first point of contact. Should we get angry?
Well, okay. Similarly, then, okay, it's a bit done already, but I will use my go information to work with Grace as an intermediary to find out what they'll be sending. I will,
Okay.
whatever that would look like.
Yeah. What action would it be?
I mean, it's probably me. Sway doesn't seem very. I mean, it doesn't seem to need much swaying. She's on our side, right? But it probably is sway, to be honest. Just sway.
See a sweet talking to Maya.
Yeah, let's just sway Grace. See what happens. Position.
I'd say it's controlled.
Effect.
Standard. Although actually,
Do it.
maybe limited because
Ooh.
she won't know, really, will she? For sure.
Well, I would ask her to go and
oh, I
intermediary
see.
talk to them.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Like,
fine.
it's part of the whole thing is just
Yeah,
checking in with her to say, look, can you go and just go in and charm and say, be like, all right, this old deal, how's it going? What are you going to do? Kind of like, pretend she's not connected to us.
Yeah.
and
Fine,
kinda,
fine.
all right, 1 dice, I'm sure it's my goodie. Yeah.
Noise.
All right. Success with a consequence.
Noise.
So let's see. You find out the rough number of what a Bill Hooks kind of hit squad would contain. I think it's probably a bunch of them, and then maybe one of their lieutenants, so to speak. So one of the what's his name?
Darling,
Carling, yeah. So
Charling.
Koran,
Gasly.
one of Koran's more
Koran.
trusted lot. Maybe it's one of the one that the dad kind of ran the guild with, and now he's in prison. But now he's kind of mentoring Koran as he deals with the gang.
He's the gardener from Gentleman.
Yeah,
Groundsman.
exactly. Yeah,
That's it.
or the old guy from Shogun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The retainer, the Lord Retainer.
Yeah, and so he would be leading the attack.
Nice. So you say a bunch, that's not a very specific number.
Yes,
It's like 5 or 6. It's a bunch of bananas, you'd say, right?
that's true.
So,
You know, like
You wouldn't call
A
3
couple's
bananas
2.
a bunch.
a couple is 2, a few is 3 or 4, a bunch 5 or 6, a dozen,
Yeah.
12, a baker's dozen. Who knows?
13. Well, 13.
Is it?
yeah, I feel like if someone said a bunch and then there was 15, I'd be like, that's a big bunch.
It's a big bunch.
It's a big bunch.
That's a couple bunches.
Didn't say a big bunch.
That's true.
A bunchy bush.
Yeah,
Whereas
I would
you're
yeah,
going to
like
think-
probably like 6 to 10 probably pushing it, but yeah. But tier 2, so
A girthy bunch.
I think power level probably equivalent to you guys essentially. So with the lost, you should have a 2-to-1 advantage.
I had a thought, which was Lorenzo, if you're doing some prowling,
On the prowl.
scouting out the location and maybe a storehouse or safe house or something, if you could potentially, I don't know if it's too many things to ask, also identify a fishery type. Silas hasn't pulled the old follow someone home and threaten them in a while, so but if you do identify someone, he could do that.
Well, identify a fisherman.
An official of some sort.
Fish.
People we're targeting.
An official.
Oh, Yes, fish.
Identify a fish and I'll beat them up.
I was like, well, I could hand you a rod and no, a red snapper or two, but I don't know what much more to give you. Yeah, an official. I thought you could go to the docks and find me a fish.
To intimidate.
Prowl
It's really
for
gone
fishing.
mad now.
Prowl for fishing. I mean, that would be the action roll to fish, I imagine. Prowl. So, to overall, what am I trying to accomplish with this gathering information?
You
want me
were
to
going
find
on
an
the
official?
You were going on the actual scouting.
I'm doing the
yeah.
recce.
You were going on the recce, yeah, pretty much.
And what am I trying to find?
Usual stuff: points of ingress, weaknesses, routes to guards, patterns of patrols.
This is for the actual like shipment,
No,
Spycraft shipment bit, or is
No,
this...
there's no shipment, so we're just going to attack the. I mean, find out what time of day to attack would be good. Like if we just take a 24-hour stake, just finding out is better to attack first thing in the morning, night time. What the guard situation looking like? Something to help inform and increase our likelihood to succeed. Like, is it better to approach from the sea? Is it right next to the water? Can we swim up there and come out of the sea? Yeah.
Okay, Lorenz is gonna go prowling down. Yeah, he's gonna don his like, civilian getup, dock worker getup. Look like he belongs there, and kind of like more blend in rather than kind of Assassin's Creed like sneak behind crates and that. He's gonna blend in and kind of like just have a chat with some geezers on the street and then kind of observe the goings on. Yes. There you go.
Alright, double 5. Which is not a crit, but it's nice to have a doubles.
Oh yeah.
I think doubles is always crits in another game, but I can't remember what it is.
Let's play that game.
Yeah.
Right now.
What if it's double 1? Crit failure.
So you're telling me again, you're prowling around the sort of the area of the score
Yes.
to gather information.
Gather information, yeah.
Anything
All the
specific?
information. Just all the information.
Well,
Anything that helps.
I don't think that's how this game works.
Anything pertinent to the score.
If you're literally just walking around, you just see it's in the docks. Like there is the building that they look like the North Hook Customs building.
Mikey, what did you say? What did you say? Specifically?
Time of day, location, easy access. Is there like a patrol of guards? All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
Give me
You
that.
see the building is 2 stories. You do see some blue coats on the scene. You don't know if it's a regular patrol or they're just here coincidentally. I wouldn't say it's on the seafront. It's a bit set back from where all the piers are for the dock workers. Yeah. And it's obviously only open during the daytime for business, but you notice at night time there is a light on. A ectoplasmic lamp still burns, I guess, as people process the items.
Okay. I make my way back and relay this to the crew. As standard.
Well, we've scouted it.
All right. Silas, are you still left to do something?
Yeah, so Silas, if reasonably possible, would like to, if I can do this as one action, you can tell me, like, wait for someone who obviously looks Clarky, and follow the pen. And then grab them into an alley. And he'll grab them and tell them that if you know what's good for you, you won't be going into work tomorrow. You know what the Billooks will do if you don't do as I say. I need to know where the confiscated goods are stored and how to get them.
Roll me a...
I should also say, he obviously does this while brandishing his bladed gauntlet.
For the +1 effect, or whatever, yeah.
For the +1 effect, yes. Still only 1 pip in command, but we're working on some more resolve. Right, position.
I'll say risky. It's on the
Seems reasonable.
it's on enemy territory.
Effect.
So I'm gonna say you get +1 effect with your scary knife thing.
Okay, instead of a dice, or in addition.
Oh, what is the rule?
Hang on, let me double check it actually, because I haven't done it in a while. I think it's an extra dice, but I will just check. Oh, you're right, it is increased effect.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna say actually the effect is standard because I think this person knows what may happen if they do betray. It's found out they betrayed the Northook Company.
Alright. Okay, do we push ourselves? Feel like I'm gonna need it on the score, but we only got 1 dice. Yeah, go on then. Go on. It'd be good. It would be good to come out of this score with some bonus dollar because we're so consistently poor. So I shall push myself. We got anything else in the pushing self? No. All right, let's roll. And once again, it's a wasted dice, but we'll take it.
It's the 5 gang again.
It is the 5.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll be going into this score with 7 trauma. 7 trauma. My. 7 strength.
All right, so he's definitely feared, and his eyes like go between your face and the punch dagger thing contraption. And yeah, he just basically like stammers out the location, like the kind of like a rough layout of the inside, and he says like they keep all the stuff on the first floor, and obviously there's a locked door, and it's all itemized and kept, but that's basically it. And eventually it gets escorted by like blue coats to other locations that he doesn't know. He doesn't know where they are.
Good info. Not wanting to be a complete brute, he does the complete switcheroo, having got what he's wanted, and is like, "There's a good chap. Just keep this to yourself, and everything will be just fine. Have a lovely evening, I suppose."
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You also have a good day, sir. Thank you for letting me go, sir.
He's not a complete animal. Come on, guys.
Never said he was.
Very good.
Very good. All right. Well, time to pick your load.
Yeah.
Standard, medium, whatever it's called. Normal.
I mean, I don't think the wheelchairs will be of much use. That said, we're kind of going in pretty hard and fast. Like the.
Yeah. You might need that speed, I feel.
Oh yes, good point to get away. Good point actually. Yeah, no, that's fine. So I'm definitely going in normal. I think there is.
Nice. And you need to pick your assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport.
Kind of assault, isn't it? I mean, really, it's
Yeah.
funny on though. 'Cause it's assault with the aim to turn into a deception, but really we are.
Yeah. I mean, I would
Going in
say
hard and fast.
I would say deception because you need the method of deception. And this definitely feels like the whole thrust of it is that you are deceiving the billhooks
Yeah.
into doing
Yes.
your job for you.
Exactly. Again, in the deal world, they just engage with the guards. They mess them up while we go and grab the goods and fucking scarf it. But how do we ensure they don't just make a clean getaway and off they go? Like you say, I guess they're probably going to murder the people there.
You can always flash back if situations come up where you're
That's
like, we can
something
nail
we're
them
gonna
with this.
We have to. I'm definitely thinking of things that Saffron could have brought or finagled. In my opinion, the most important objective would be to, when I say eliminate, I mean just take out the picture, the lieutenant. If he's to kind of make it back again, I imagine he might end up reporting. Whereas if we were able to either kind of again incapacitate him so he's caught by the Norfolk and leave him really holding the brunt of it, that's our main objective, I think.
Well, he would be not only a good one to convince the Northhook that it's a genuine betrayal, but also it would be a good key ally to remove from
Exactly,
the
yeah.
Billhooks.
So he needs to be, and it might be as simple as just literally fucking stabbing him with the paralyzed dart and just leaving him there for good. But then we need to obviously make sure the rest of the, yes, it's going to be interesting, but we can't really plan for that. So, but that's the objective. So, I've got my mind to flashback to something, but we should make it a priority to at least try and. Always can.
All right, cool. And then load is everybody normal then?
Yes. Capacity for as many gadgets and whiz bangs as possible.
Nice.
I'd love
And
one
so
day to
you're
use an unusual weapon.
taking
I don't know what that
normal?
would even
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for the engagement roll.
Can I have just a quick rundown of the score briefly?
No, you can't.
be. You can't just did that.
You can't. We spent 2 hours talking about it, and we must move on forward. Because we'll have to do a recap at the beginning of next session anyway, when we actually do it. So, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
I'd say so. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Yes.
I love how those two things go hand in hand.
I know.
Um,
It's actually not. It's not actually that complex. It's just it definitely is reliant on many factors. That's more, I'd say, the more key component. It's a relatively simple concept. It's just it relies on a lot of unknowns.
God, can you imagine having a operation contingent on many factors that isn't like daring?
Yeah.
It's like
It's really
what
boring and
idiots do
simple.
that?
That's basically just like assault their base.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Does this plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target, or hit them where weakest?
It depends what you do. And this is why this is a fun one. It depends what you define as a target, and the target really is the building. So that's the big one to remember. And we are
Norfolk and the
manipulating.
Norfolk are sort of both targets, really, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say the Norfolks, we're attacking a building, but we're manipulating the Billhooks with their kind of like detestment of the loss. So I would say in that sense we are. But it depends how you want to define the score, I guess.
I think you get it because you're exposing the vulnerability of their like allies, turning allies against each other.
Yeah.
Is the target strongest against his approach? Particular defenses or special preparations? No. So you're on 2 so far. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Done loads of that.
Yes.
Nailed it. Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? Well, nobody knows about it. Are there any other elements that you want to consider? Don't think
I mean,
so.
we haven't discussed what the actual. We haven't discussed the actual tier of the. I mean, these are the Norfolk, right? It's a funny one again, like we've said about. But we're not attacking their soul. We're attacking their kind of office bods.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just thinking, what is? Maybe there's a situation in the district that makes the operation more or less tricky. No, I think everything's been covered. I can't give you a -1 for the other factors that are contingent because you've already had that.
Yes.
So I think you're actually going with 3 dice.
Whoa.
It's a record.
woo-wee! We're gonna get a record. 3 snake eyes.
There's not been a 6
3
in a
snake
while.
eyes. What's those 6 dice?
I can't remember. Oh, there's a 1. Oh no, it makes it there's
3
2 eyes. So
snakes' eyes. 3 snakes' eyes.
3 snakes' eyes. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Gold.
Cross your fingers and toes.
Come on. Whew, okay.
Oh, it's the boringest one again.
Yeah, you sort of either one major
You said-
success or major failure, don't you? Really?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
We said that last time, and it all went tits up instantly anyway. So I wouldn't
Yeah,
worry
we
about
will. We will make that 5 into a 1.
Yeah, but I like. I think it always makes it more an interesting start when either you or the target have
Yeah.
an advantage from the
Yes.
beginning, and something interesting happens straight away.
And to be fair, for this, literally in terms of, again, this is the engagement. We are just bundling it. It is quite a. We should be on the advantage at the start of this. Again, I can't even imagine what a 1 would look like here. Again, we all just trip over as we run in and kind of all comically land in a heap outside. I don't know, like what I think for an engagement, it seems right for this particular.
Yeah, roll a 1 and Grace betrays us.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
It's what happens next.
Cortland's not turned up yet. You got waylaid.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually very fair. That would have been a very appropriate.
Yes.
It's better than tripping up, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I always like it like the it's like the target has information over you at the beginning, so you're starting on the back foot, and then if you get a 6, you have something over the target, which puts you in a good position or overcomes like a obstacle already.
Whereas 5 is just everything's chill.
4 to 5 is just stalemate.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's as if the mechanic didn't even exist, which doesn't seem very Bladesy, but there we are.
Like we said,
I mean,
there's
to be fair,
plenty of time.
It's a risky position, so
Yeah.
it's kind of normal.
Yeah, like what we're doing is risky. I think that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Like no additional effect still means we're doing a dangerous thing that could collapse
This-
at any moment.
Yeah.
And the engagement isn't complicated. It's how we actually succeed at this. Get some loot, frame the people, get out. Actually, don't get killed while attacking people. It's the engagement should be fine, and everything else is going to be tricksy, my precious.
Although I did enjoy us having a bad engagement roll that resulted in us all being held captive in a room with knives to our throats.
Which time? Oh, on the boat. Yeah.
Again,
Boat
it turned
turn.
that around wonderfully. But it was an exciting.
Yeah,
start.
that was that, and then, because I remember that you then all rolled like 6s and crits.
It made for drama, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which was
That's when Alex rolled. Yeah, it's like his flying high kick, backflip. And,
Yeah,
took out
yeah.
3 guys in one flick of a wrist.
Yep. Somehow, yeah.
Indeed.
Is that one of those things where it's like, no matter how high you roll, you can't like shoot an arrow at the moon? Can Friedrich really kung fu 4 people?
True.
It's
gotta
proper
be
goals,
some-
isn't it?
Yeah.
It was good.
Friedrich's Israeli fucking self-defense
Alright.
that he learned from.
Jesus. The IDF.
Yeah.
Krav Maga is really
Yeah, it is.
Quite possible.
special
Everything,
forces karate thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it at uni. But apparently, like, if you go, like, the people who go do Krav Maga are like some of the worst people in sort of the martial arts scene.
It's like a mixture of all the martial arts to be most effective. Right.
It's basically like, well, it's not even that. It's like 10% technique, and then 90% just like attacks. So it's like very simple, like hand holds and stuff to get you out of situations. So
It's a practical martial art, rather
Exactly,
than like an
yeah.
art, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
learning to fight.
yeah, it's like stop a knife, and then you can fucking run away or punch them and in the balls, and that's it. Put a grenade down his trousers.
That'll do it.
Knee him in the nuts.
It's what Jesus would have wanted.
Grab his nips and twist them.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll describe the beginning of the score, and then we'll start it proper next time. But you head to the docks, and you meet Lieutenant Bill Hook, who I shall name for next time. But he's a scary-looking chap, and you wait in the docks until you see Cortland and his mischief makers kind of stealthily going alongside the customs house. One of them breaks the lock into the building, and they go inside, and you can hear some shouts and commotion inside. And then Lieutenant Billy Hook turns to you and says, "Right, let's fucking hook 'em up." That is
Nice.
where we shall end.
I like that all of their one-liners are going to be like that.
It's gonna get a bit boring after it's just like,
Looks
Yeah,
like the
alright,
meat's right,
guys.
boys.
yeah,
Meat's
we
back
gotta-
on the menu, boys.
Can we just have a normal conversation without like using the word hook for every single fucking sentence?
What do they even use their hooks for, apart from just moving meat from one point to the next?
yeah.
'Cause that's what they use them for, actually. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
wouldn't they just be
Well,
like
they,
using
they
cleavers
like
most of the
people up in
time?
the street and hooking, their coats up on the wall.
All their coat racks are just like got meat hooks on them instead.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
They serve multiple purposes, you see, these hooks. They're not just for meat. I can hang anything I like. Hung up a
Yeah,
picture
like-
for the
like
missus the
men.
other day.
Like 6-foot geezers that you don't like.
Nice and sturdy. They can hold my Le Creuset.
Enameled cast iron. Now that's what we're talking about. That's proper quality. That is.
Yeah, I feel like
Not
every
my,
that
like
is.
my
Look.
hook.
I feel like every that is. Look, it's been on the wall all day.
Oh, what on
You know
shout,
what?
with a shade of orange.
It's a brand you can trust. I'm
Yeah.
an influencer, you know. Check my gram.
Yeah.
Bullocks are us.
Now we need like Duskfall influencers, like showing off these Bill Hook branded wall hooks to hang up their IKEA pictures.
If that's not a thing already,
Mm.
get on it.
It can be by
First-
next week.
First bit of merch, Ollie.
No, we don't like the Bill Hooks, remember? They're all going to die, remember?
Yeah, true. Vincetti coats. Vincetti leather coats. Yeah.
Slash masks.
Yeah. Fedoras, cigars, all the mafia regalia.
Yeah.
Tommy guns. That's the point. Lorenzo needs a Tommy gun.
I'll whip one up for you,
The,
mate.
the Dustfall Tommy gun equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sparkcraft Tommy gun. Sparkcraft Lorenzo gun. Vincetti gun.
I feel like the Spirit Wardens would be very interested in that one. The first machine gun.
Someone's gran is powering my machine gun. Their spirit. Tasty.
All right,
Well,
chaps,
on that note,
on that note, on that bombshell, things are getting. This is a cool deception.
Yes.
Getting one over
Oh,
on those
quite-
dumb bill hooks.
Yeah.
Really managing potentially to actually set some people up in a clever, sort of political way.
Don't know how
yeah.
we're going to do that yet, which is kind of hoping it's going to just happen.
It's sort of going to work, maybe.
But that's
gonna go down.
this is the Blades way. Fly by the seat of the pants.
Yeah.
Let it happen, and if it doesn't, we flash back or we set up what we want to do.
exactly. We don't overplan. We just go with the flow.
If all else
What do we
fails,
get?
summon a ghost.
Just yeah.
Yeah, where's
Power
that
Rangers.
ghost summoning guy? Where's he gone to?
I was thinking if I could just literally just
Thomas!
drop like a paralyzed bomb on them and just be like, I originally thought like, show it in a sec, I might be able to fit that later. There's no sprinkler systems in Dustfall, are there? Obviously, I get some like standard still potion in the sprinkler system and just drop the paralyzing dust on the wall and they just fucking freeze and we just leave.
Make it. You're the
Yeah, I don't
inventor.
think I assume I could craft like a bomb that has alchemicals in it, but I would have to craft it as an actual downtime to have that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Like
Oh,
the
if I had any
the
downtime
Batman
left over, I would.
Begins water vaporizer machine.
Yes, exactly. The man. Oh, I thought the man.
Why don't I remember that?
It's the
The
big
second
big
half
plot.
of the film's very forgettable.
They put the scarecrow poison in the sewer system and the water supply, and then they've got
Oh.
that Wayne Tech water vaporizer thing on the train. Liam Neeson has it. Yeah.
That seems roughly familiar now.
Mm. But yeah, maybe save that for the Cyberpunk campaign, Mikey, when you become the net decker.
Love it.
Oh, I just
Net
hacked the
decker.
room. I hacked the room to crush them all. Ah.
Oh, we should never put these gravity systems in.
Why is our headquarters in a trash compactor?
Why did I make my eyeballs on the network? The idiotic boob I was.
Why did I use the password 12345? Why is
Oh, it's a
Alrighty.
shame we didn't get to play Cyberpunk one shot, but
I will make it happen.
we'll make it happen. We'll get Dazza back.
yes.
Yes. Alright, cool. Well,
Right, cheers, mate. Lovely
until
stuff.
next time then.
Next time.
This one.
Goodbye.
Cheers, Ollie. Good session, everybody.
Cheers.
Good session.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.